Several extreme trans-Neptunian objects stretch into long, tilted orbits, all pointing in nearly the same direction. They swing wide and slow, then curve back in, as if something out there is pulling them into line. Nothing is there. These objects move more than 250 times farther from the Sun than Earth does. Out here, gravity should be weak, scattered, almost random. If nothing is pulling them, their paths should point everywhere, but they do not. They line up. The motion is clean. The direction repeats, one object, then another, all leaning the same way as they pass through the dark. It looks organized, it looks controlled, but there is no visible source. If gravity is doing this, something massive should be sitting there, dragging them into shape, but there is nothing to see. The failure is physical, the paths are real, the alignment is measurable, the cause is missing. Nothing pushes it, something still pulls. We widen the view. More of these distant objects appear, each one following the same stretched path, each one bending at the same angle, as if the outer edge of the solar system is being quietly reshaped from beyond sight. This should not hold. If the system is empty, motion should scatter, but it does not. The pattern tightens, the direction repeats, the pull continues without a source. Something is already acting on the solar system, and we cannot see it. More distant objects are discovered, and the pattern does not break. Each new orbit falls into the same strange lean, turning one warning into a spread across the dark. It repeats. The first object could be a mistake. The second could be bad luck. But years apart, found in different searches, more distant objects keep arriving with the same stretched paths. Nothing pushes them into place. Still, they line up. Now the camera pulls back from one orbit to the outer solar system. Over a dozen objects cluster across billions of miles, and the same direction keeps showing up where empty space should give different answers. The failure is spreading. If this is random, each new object should weaken the pattern, but it does not. Each discovery adds weight. The shape becomes harder to dismiss because the same invisible pull seems to reach across object after object, far beyond anything we can touch, steer, or repair. No one can reach it. This is the shock. The old belief was simple. One strange orbit could be noise. Then more orbits appear, and the noise starts acting like a system. That belief breaks. Nothing visible moves in front of them. No bright planet crosses the image. No obvious body sits there pulling the strings. But the result keeps returning. The outer solar system is no longer behaving like empty space. It is behaving like something is controlling it from outside the frame. Nothing pushes it. Something pulls everything. And now the danger changes. We are not chasing one strange path anymore. We are watching a pattern repeat without a trigger, across distances too large to control. The visible system is only the surface. The scattered orbits are placed into simulations, and the invisible shape begins to harden. A large, unseen planet appears in the math, pulling the distant objects into the same formation. For the first time, the motion fits. The paths stretch, the tilts hold. The strange cluster stays together over time, as if a heavy body is moving far beyond the last bright edge of the solar system and quietly steering what we can see. Nothing visible pushes them. But gravity can. The predicted planet would be about 5 to 10 times the mass of Earth, large enough to bend distant orbits, far enough to stay hidden, heavy enough to make empty space behave like a machine with a missing gear. The cause finally has weight. If a massive planet is pulling them, the orbits should line up, tilt together, and stay stable. And now they do. That is the dangerous part. The explanation does not soften the problem. It makes the unseen force more real, because the same pull that explains the pattern would already be acting across billions of miles. No one can reach it. The shock changes shape. Before, the fear was that nothing made sense. Now the fear is that it might make perfect sense because a hidden planet could be doing exactly what the outer solar system shows. The invisible force has a body. A large unseen planet turns the mystery into a target. If it exists, it should leave a mark somewhere in the dark. Now the search has one job. Find the thing pulling everything. Telescopes scan the predicted region, and the target does not appear. The place where a planet should be turns into empty sky. The explanation breaks. Searches sweep across thousands of square degrees, frame after frame, looking for the heavy body that should be pulling the distant orbits into shape. The motion still points to something. The image gives back nothing. No planet. This is where certainty collapses. The orbits still lean, the cluster still holds. The outer solar system still moves as if a massive object is shaping it from the dark. But the source is missing. If a planet is causing the pull, the search should find a planet, but it does not. The result stays visible while the cause disappears. That is the failure now. Not one strange orbit, not even a pattern. A gravitational effect is acting like a hand on the system, and the hand is not in the frame. Nothing pushes it. Still, something pulls. The camera widens again, from telescope images to the whole outer edge of the solar system. The objects keep their strange formation across billions of miles, while the sky, where the answer should be, remains blank. No one can stop that motion. The shock is simple. We thought the hidden planet made the system understandable. Then the search arrived at the predicted sky and found nothing there. The belief breaks. Now the old explanation becomes another problem. If it is not a planet, then something else is pulling everything. Something we have not seen, named, or controlled. The motion continues. The source does not. The outer solar system keeps moving in formation, even after the source disappears. The objects still lean together, still stretch into the dark, still hold the same strange pattern with no visible controller. Nothing stops it. Other explanations step in. Maybe the surveys missed something. Maybe the objects were found in a biased way. Maybe a passing star or a swarm of smaller bodies bent the paths long ago. Each answer catches part of the motion. None catches all of it. If the pattern is only a trick of observation, better maps should make it fade, but it does not. The formation remains spread across distances greater than 18 billion miles, far beyond anything we can reach or correct. Out there, the motion keeps acting like a response to pressure, but the pressure has no confirmed body behind it. Nothing pushes it. Something still pulls. This is the final collapse. The old fear was that one object was hidden. Now the fear is larger. The system itself may be hiding a rule we do not understand, a force already shaping the solar system while every visible cause falls short. No one controls that. The outer solar system is not waiting for our explanation. It keeps moving. It keeps aligning. It keeps carrying the same warning across the dark. If we understand this system, the motion should have a source, but it does not. We are inside the pattern now, not watching it from outside, not safely measuring something distant. We live in the same solar system, being shaped by something we cannot see. The motion continues. The controller is missing. The system still moves. It does not belong to our explanation.